Biden campaign has just unveiled a new ad focusing on abortion rights after a Florida state Supreme Court ruling effectively allowed the state to ban abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy when most women don't even know they're pregnant. The court's decision has paved the way for one of the country's strictest and most far-reaching abortion bans to take effect. And in another ruling released at the same time, the judges allowed Florida voters to decide this fall whether to expand abortion access. CNN's Carla Suarez is joining us now from Miami this morning. Give us some sense of these rulings, because on the one hand, the court has stuck with and the governor signing this 6-week ban, and on the other hand, Floridians will have a chance to change that.
That's exactly right, Sarah. So good morning. Top Republicans in Florida, as you can imagine, are trying to not only tout the court's decision in allowing for the 6-week ban to take effect in about 30 days. But according to some top officials here in Florida, including the state speaker of the House, he said there is going to be an effort to try and defeat the abortion ballot amendment. Now, the court did away with years and years of precedent in that ruling yesterday when they decided that the right to privacy in the Florida Constitution does not protect the right to an abortion. Now, this decision, again, clears the way for this 6-week ban in Florida to take effect in about 30 days. Florida now joins a long list of states across the Southeast that have some restrictions, if not an outright ban on abortions. Now, Planned Parenthood of Florida told me that the impact once this takes effect is really going to go beyond women that just live in Florida, noting that in recent years, more and more women were coming to Florida from some of these other states with some of these restrictions to try to access abortion services here in Florida. Here now is a physician with Planned Parenthood talking about the impact that we're going to see in the short term.
For people that live in Florida, the closest state they're going to be able to get to is Virginia. For people that are in Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, they're looking at places like Illinois. They'll have to go to Illinois, would be the closest access point. So Florida is an important state, not just for Floridians, but for the southeast region of our country, with all those people that need help and that are coming here.
All right, so the Florida Supreme Court also ruled that voters will decide whether to expand access to abortion. The justices yesterday also approved the wording of a state constitutional amendment that would protect the right to an abortion in Florida. The ballot amendment would prohibit the restriction of an abortion before viability, which is around the 24 to 28 weeks of pregnancy. It is important to note here that 60% of voters would have to approve it in November in order for it to pass. Now, in a statement on both of these decisions, Planned Parenthood yesterday said in part, quote, "Our health centers will continue to provide the high-quality, expert sexual and reproductive health care Floridians have come to know and depend on, and look forward to the day when access to abortion care isn't determined by where you live." You can expect the issue to come up later this morning when Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra takes part in a visit to South Florida. Again, both of these decisions no doubt will impact the presidential race in November. Of course, Florida historically has been on the Republican side of things. However, Democrats believe that they can use this issue to perhaps put the state in play. Sarah?
The Biden administration thinks it could be the winning formula to focus on this very issue. Thank you so much, Carla Suarez, for your reporting. John?